Hello, my awesome network. Today's video is based on a question that I've been asked based on last week's video. So the question is, how can a person upskill a team and how can they find the skill set that's needed for upskilling actually? And that's a very important question because now, because of data and analytics, we need to upskill a team and sometimes reskill them, which is quite tricky. And I understand where that question comes from because obviously if you're setting up an analytics team, which that person is doing, you need to understand what skill set you need, which is quite complex. So in my video last week, I shared how to assess the maturity level. And the team's technical skill was one of them. This week, I'm going to cover the three things that you need to focus on when you're reskilling the team, or that can help you when you're skilling or upskilling the team. The first thing is actually something that the company can do, which is look at the company projects. So an organization, they have a set of projects that they'll be working on, some data and analytics projects, and basically they have prioritized that. And those projects need certain skill set, which means that, for example, if the next few months you're working on projects that are all visualization or data ingestion, you need to do you're basically ingesting your data in your cloud, which is great as a first step. But would you actually hire data scientists and artificial intelligence people and this skill set? It's the different skill set. Equally, if you're doing visualization projects, you would want visualization experts. And that's the bit. Look at the projects that you have and understand the skill set that are needed and start reskilling the team or upskilling. And I'll speak a bit about reskilling the team in the third point. The second thing is, if you want within the organization, so that person is creating data and analytics within a function, but equally, if you're creating the data analytics within the organization and you want to have the skill set, start by looking at functions. Start as asking for champions within the functions or champions across the organization and ask them if they can suggest projects where they think is data and analytics relevant. So whether they are as simple as a visualization project or a complex with a lot of modeling and so on, just ask them to speak their mind out. Also ask them what kind of projects or what kind of tasks they are currently working on. And that task, it's taking a lot of their time, because this is when you can start looking at efficiencies and understand the challenges that the teams are working with. So that's the second thing. Look at champions and across functions and start to actually see if you can, because those people are the first people who would want their skill set to be upskilled and they'll be interested to learn. And that's what you basically want. The third thing is start working very closely with your partners. And by partners, I mean suppliers. The suppliers can start creating courses. They would like the organization to succeed, your organization to succeed, because basically it's their own success. So you can be actually one of the stories or the success stories for that supplier. So work very closely with your supplier. Look with them for used cases within the organization, but equally ask them to support. So if there are projects and you have some, team members who need some support, whether with training or whatever, those can be, you can work very closely with the supplier, that they can become their point of contact or something like a help desk. So this is another option. Also with the suppliers, there's something that they can do, which is creating hackathons and challenges and competitions, which is very important. Some suppliers would even have their own conferences, or they'd love to get, go to speak to the teams or get the teams to attend different, sessions with different companies. You can take the opportunity, because that's the way your team will grow, will learn, and will get this upskilling and reskilling. So I hope that answers the question. And please do let me know if you have any questions about data and analytics. Share them with me. I'd love to answer your questions through the videos, as well as on the posts that I do on LinkedIn or through the articles. So till then, have a great week and see you next Wednesday.